Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Bruce, aka Haunted Husband, and welcome to We, the Revolution. From the get-go, you probably have noticed a couple of changes. The thumbnail now says plays instead of streams. This game has been removed from Twitch and onto my YouTube playlist only, so that's one change. You probably also noticed there's no face cam as well. That's also been taken off as well. And you probably noticed that the video is a little bit shorter. These are more episodic than just free-flowing streams. So shorter but more episodes. No real sure you following that, but it is the way it is. But without further ado, let's get back into it. Can't really actually remember where we left off. Oh yeah, now I remember. Well, I'm going to piss somebody off on this one, that's for sure. I think I read these at the end of the last episode, so that's fine. Common folks love me, revolutionaries love me, aristocrats are high on me. Counter-revolutionary nature, what happened to the craftsman's wife, according to the defendant, what kind of bones did he usually buy them? Say that for last. This report is filed by Charles. The accused is accused of murder, desecration of a corpse, and fraud. Lucas Annette, a craftsman and single father of 2 daughters, has been accused of murder in defiling a dead body. The case was brought to our attention thanks to a denunciation made by a fellow citizen. During an evening reception, a doctor of medical sciences, Jean-Joel Gaumont, was delighted with the beautiful made tableware. The physician asked the host for the manufacturer's address and visited him the following day in his workshop. While looking at Lucas Annette's samples of cutlery with bone handles, he noticed a cleaver with a long handle that, disruptively, the physician instantly recognized as a human bone. Gaumont bid Annette farewell and headed to the nearest National Guard station to make the denunciation. During the search, they found bones stored in a shed, sorted by size in wooden boxes. The stench was difficult to bear, even for the most seasoned officers. The information revealed during the investigation was that Annette had bought the bones at a street market from the trader Claudine Palouf. Doctors brought in from, let's call it South Hospital, prepared a bone inspection report that's attached to the case file. The report created by physicians from South Hospital. Findings near Lucas Annette's workshop have vexed us deeply. We discovered both human and animal bones. Despite our best efforts, we are not able to find a complete skeleton. However, the boxes contain 2 jawbones, 2 pelvic pieces, several tibias, and femoral bones from various sizes. It means that they belong to 4 or 5 people. 7 questions, 1 trap. Where do we want to start? Where else? Okay, what's the trap here? I mean, he is a father of 2. I was about to say I don't see much more for Finner's personality. There's not an evidence tab, which is usually weird. Usually there's an evidence tab. I mean, how is that? It says in the report During the search, they found bones stored in a shed, sorted by size in wooden boxes. That's not a fucking trap. That's a fucking fact. Oh, those wooden boxes full of bones have nothing to do with the case. Oh, okay. Good to fucking know. I mean, what reception are they talking about? So it's the session he came from. I mean, what? That seems like the trap. It has fucking nothing to do with the case. It's not the crime scene. Are you Lucas Annette? Indeed, sir. The correct term is Monsieur le Judge. I apologize. Yes, Monsieur le Judge. I've been producing cutlery for at least 10 years. We were that there were human bones in your workshop? Not all, Monsieur le Judge. I only look for quality. I'm not a doctor. What do you mean, quality? That the bones are not fragile or cracked. But he knows how to use a knife to make sure the bones are intact. He must strangle or drown them. So you must know which bones best suit your needs. Some suit them, some do not, Monsieur le Judge. I usually buy cow bones in the market. Pig bones are worse, but boar will do. Good to know. Okay, this is where me and the game really get into, like, a lot of differences. A human jawbone is not a method. A human jawbone was found at the crime scene. Yeah, a human jawbone is evidence. Human jawbone is not a method. Let me see something. How is this going to really shake me? So the fat cats and the revolutionaries want him to... Wow, that really pisses off the common folk. I mean, I don't really have a... I mean, I really don't have a care either way. How many bones do you use every month? I'm slow. Crafting takes time. Before you begin the carving process, you need to prepare the raw material. First, I soak the bones in sour milk so that... Just answer the question. Part of what you found in the shed probably wouldn't be used much. Part of what you found in the shed probably wouldn't be much use. It's not possible to spot the cracks in them immediately. I think the most materials would have lasted for no longer than a month. Then what? After using about half of what I have, I'd have to go to the street market for more. Or the cemetery for a shovel. Do you still refuse to admit it? Were you killing people and looking for bones in catacombs? All bones are not the best carving material. Should we treat that as a confession of murder? What are you talking about? I've not killed anyone. I bought the bones at a street market. Do you keep all the bones in the shed? Most of them. Why there, of all places? Bones are best stored where maggots can eat away the flesh and fat. They squeeze through the boards and lay eggs, and their larvae feast. Maggots are real gluttons. They? Flies. Freak! So are you saying that the bones you bought were still covered in flesh? Usually, yes. Fresh ones are easier to carve. They're soft, delicate. Were you not bothered by the stench? On the contrary, the smell presents both life and death. Sometimes at night I would come to the shed to smell the rotting meat. Decay is a fascinating process. On dead flesh, insects laying eggs that hatch them grow. Life doesn't end, but turns into more life. I like to watch it. Does it give you pleasure? Yes, I guess that's how gardeners feel when he observes his flowers. Who do you sell your merchandise to? Usually to wealthier citizens. My craftsmanship is incredibly detailed. I would even dare to call it art. The hell with that kind of art. Besides, handles made of bone are impressive. Stop before I throw up on the fruit. He hasn't said anything gross. Calm your tits in the dais. Do you sell a lot of your products? Quite a lot, enough to live without fear. Once I sold a whole set to an English diplomat. The bones I process are as white as snow, so I easily convinced him it was made of ivory. I earn several times as much as I do selling to regular to French citizens. Should I also add fraud to the list of charges against you? If it stops you talking nonsense about me killing people, I will admit to deceit. You claim to have bought human jawbones at the street market? Yes, Monsieur le Judge, I would give you a chance to be honest with me. Whose bones did you store in your shed, and where did you get them? Pardon? I bought them at the street market in the 6th section. How do the vendors store the bones? In wooden boxes, like those used for vegetables. They are rather small. A whole human jaw would surely not fit inside one of those. You will not admit your guilt? All I ever wanted was to make beautiful cutlery. Beautiful and with a soul. Call on the witness, Claudine Poleff. Claudine Poleff? Correct. Did you ever ask the accused why he needed those bones? I did. He said he makes cutlery from them. I just tapped my temple like he was crazy and went back to work. So you found it strange. Yes, but these are strange times. People can get used to anything. Was Citizen Annette carefully picking the bones he bought, as though he were looking for something special? Yes, he often stood by my basket. Yes, he often stood by the basket and rummaged about, but sometimes when he was in a hurry, he'd just buy the whole baskets. How often did he come for your bones? He used to come often, but I haven't seen that much of him in the last 6 months. He said he found another supplier. Why not kill a few undertakers too, just in case? Did he mention a name? I did not care to ask. Who was the other supplier the witness mentioned? There was nobody, Monsieur le Judge. Recently, I've not had too much money. You see, I've not had that much money, and I want people to know that business was not good. He's lying like that? Okay, come on. Call in Dr. Gabont. Please describe Citizen Annette's behavior during your visit. Now that you ask, Monsieur Lidge, I meant that he was carving something. Did he speak to you or encourage you to buy something? After greeting me, he did not pay that much attention to me. I was fine with that, as I truly loathe high-pressured salesmen. Did you ask any questions? I asked about the price. I don't remember it exactly, but it struck me as low for the delicate precision of his workmanship. Then you saw the human bone. That is correct. I first thought that I was imagining it, but then I picked it up and turned it over in my hand. I haven't found him. It's a strange case, but there is no evidence. The lady from the market admits to selling him bones. So he clearly bought bones from the market, but they didn't question her where she got the bones. Ma'am, You saw bones, yes. Where did you get the bones? Didn't ask her that. Didn't even bother. No. I have no clue. I don't want to ask him this last question because I don't want him to get pushed to the death sentence. Like, you're raising two daughters by yourself? Yes, I am. But sometimes my sister helps me. What happened to their mother? She died when my youngest was 2 years old. Where was she buried? Nowhere. The body was never found. Do the girls attend school? I don't trust schools. They teach nothing of use. What about learning to read or write? Even that's useful in life, I can teach them myself. How was that damning? She drowned. Sign it. Fuck the common folk. More of these things? Damn. Cedric Compare. A 12-year-old knocked over a woman passing by, ruining her dress. The boy found it very entertaining. He was then chased by the victim's husband. When caught, he tried to blame his younger friend, who, according to witness, had nothing to do with it. I'm not going to send a 12-year-old to the guillotine for bumping into somebody and then lying about it. Fuck you. Lucas and Bruno broke into the house of Marquis de Roma, tied his butler to a chair, and beat him for a few hours in an effort to make him tell them where his master was hiding the gold. When they realized it wouldn't talk, they took silver cutlery from the kitchen and ran away. Get fucked. So Ned, next time you see suspicious bones at the street market, make a denunciation. For now, you're free to go. Why? Nothing that we have heard today stands in his favor. Nothing we've heard today damns him either. Fuck you, Tinville. Look at that. Look at it shine. I'm walking out the door. Fuck all y'all. Tell me he deserves death because they found bones in his shed. When did you meet my brother, Bruno? We served in the same brigade, and I owe him my life. He put himself in danger, dragging me away from the battlefield when I was injured, but was not so lucky himself. We have dedicated far too much time to that man already, both in our thoughts and our stories. I want to know, wench. And so do I. A stray bullet killed him. I never even got the chance to thank him for saving my life. I can assure you that we were friends. What the hell is this? Battles are dynamic fights between two hostile armies. They include infantry, riflemen, and artillery. Enemy generals may have different preferences regarding their attacks. Each tactic defines the way the attack or defense is conducted and affects the minor bonuses that your troops will receive in battle. This is a balance of power. Balance of power during battles may change. Watch the respective bars and use the information you gain to choose the right tactics. Our rear guard clashed with the enemy and lost. They forced their way into the camp where the wounded were being treated. We had to grab our weapons. Neutral. A balanced tactic does not offer any significant advantages, but doesn't give any large penalties to your troops. Attack power, either. So you're glowing, does that mean that you want me to do that? So... That just show me what this is going to do? Okay. This is interesting. Your brother fought like a man possessed. People were flocking to him. It's still glowing. Does that mean is that what it wants me to do? I have no... A heroic attack on the front line is particularly effective when you have a lot of shooters, which I do. Less effective when your infantry is weak, which it is. Shooters rain bullets all over the enemy's line, and the infantry tries to hold the line. That's particularly effective against a defensive enemy. Your troops fight less ferociously, but they receive a large bonus to defense. That can be particularly effective when you have a lot of infantry up, which I don't. So... that's what I'm going for. Yeah, I didn't win this one. I don't think you're supposed to win this one. We had the faith that the reformers were rushing to help us, but we knew they would be too late. What do you suggest when you have no infantry? I mean, that's all I can do, right? I don't have any infantry left, so... And they're just doing the same thing over and over again. A bayonet went right through me. I was bleeding out, and my friends were being felled with bullets, one after another. I mean, we're going to keep this doing what we're doing. I mean, there's nothing else I can do, really. My suppressing fire doesn't have any... I mean, my riflemen have no bayonets. Yeah, like... I mean, what do you expect me to do in this situation? Like... Of course, it's probably my fault, because I thought they wanted me to do a neutral attack because it was highlighted. But it just naturally starts on that, I guess. Your brother pulled me from among the dead and dragged me far from the battlefield. The moment we reached the trees, a stray bullet caught him in the back. He died almost immediately, and I deserted. I thought I should thank you, his blood, and try to pay the debt with my actions. So Bruno has paid for his sins. My son. He often said, Alexis, my brother, he is the only thing that matters. You must have been important to him. Oh, fuck, I forgot he was dead. Forgot they killed my boy. My boy. I mean, there's not really much I can do. See our battle in the streets going. The hideout has been seized. It will help your agents operate more efficiently in Paris. How are we doing over here? That's good. Pop over here. Don't really need a lure. The whole thing's on fire, right? Fevre's at a boiling point. Attitude, they're friendly. They're doing fine. I'm winning this. How many, is this how many points I have, or is this how many points I have? This is how many points I have. What I got in the political song? Fill in a report. Bribe the jury. I know I should save more influence points for... Oh, geez, Act 2. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to end the episode for today. I hope you've enjoyed it. Hope you continue watching the series with the format change and all that. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe on the video. Remember you can find me streaming at Twitch at Haunted Husband, on Twitter at Haunted_, and on TikTok at Haunted Husband as well. If you'd like to play this game yourself and make different choices than me, there will be a link to it in the description below. There'll be one of these videos every other day because it's going to run congruent with Until We Die. So I'm going to have time to make those videos. If not, you'll see the video of this every day. Hope you're having a wonderful day wherever you are. And as always, I'll hunt you later.